Alright. Hello. I shouldn't have turned it off so early.
Let's slow it down, let's ruin sound, let's ruin songs and fuck around. These tacky trends all make the rounds, they'll speed it up and ruin sound. I have good taste, or that's what I'm told, but nobody's the same, our taste can change when we grow old. When this song plays, it might reach your soul, but if someone's in the meadow, you might not meddle with this at all. But then as time goes on, your taste has gone, and they might change this song and get the message wrong. Can they just take what's been made, make it their own in their way? They raise up the pitch and they fuck up the game, and they call it improvement. Oh, what a shame. Let's slow it down, let's ruin sound, let's ruin songs and fuck around. These tacky trends all make the rounds, they'll speed it up and ruin sound. Over time, some things evolve. We're no longer humble, the rappers mumble until they fall. And don't talk about
Hey,
love,
shut up, me.
'cause I've heard it all.
Shut up, me. Alright. Hi, everyone. Hope you're all doing good. Welcome, welcome. I don't expect a huge turnout today, but I do apologize for the @everyone. I didn't realize it would ping everyone, nor did I think it would ping about a live stream, but, you know, here we are. So. But yes, hello, how are you guys doing? All doing alright? Hello, McBusty, Flim, Loonsar, Daylight Cyan, Gamer, Heckray. You messed up there. Yeah, I didn't think it would do that, but... Oops. Guess we're just doing that now. Funny thing is, I didn't even start the stream and it had pinged everyone. I just pressed edit on the live stream information. So that's not ideal. We'll figure it out. Anywho, hello, hello. Hello, Elevator. Hello, Asher. You know, I was doing just fine for pretty much the whole day, and now all of a sudden I just want to cough. Oh, no, we're not here for nostalgia-y. No. We're not going to break that one down. Yeah, how many of you have heard Ruin Sound yet? Have y'all heard it? Have ya? I mean, you just did, but have you heard the whole thing? Pardon me. I saw Robbie uploaded an animation. I'm sure it's wholesome. I'm sure it's very wholesome. I'm positive it's wholesome. Definitely 100% sure that it's not something relatively inappropriate. Anyway, yeah, we're going to look at Ruin Sound, which is the latest song that I've released. Pardon me, I might get another fucking cough drop. My apologies. But yes, I released a song called Ruined Sound. It's a kind of discussion piece, a commentary on the current state of music, repetition. It's about whether your taste changes or if it's like a similar thing to where your parents don't approve of your generation of music the same way that their parents didn't approve of their generation of music. Is this just that happening again? It's questioning your taste in music. And you know what people choose to do with it. It's not about a single thing. I've learned. It's sort of a rant piece, but I can't say that it's about one specific thing, you know, because it encompasses a bunch of stuff. Pardon me. I like Ruined Sound with extra bass. Yeah, you did that. Yeah, I didn't do a music video for this one though, because I didn't feel like a music video was possible. It was possible, but I feel like the music video would have been swaying the message of the song in a direction when it's sort of up to everyone's interpretation. So I don't want to make it seem like there's a specific message, and if you involve a music video, it kind of happens. But we're gonna go into this file for those who care about music production. We're gonna hop in here, and I'm gonna break down this FL Studio file, and we'll just talk about it. We'll talk about it. So. So what'd you guys think about it? Did you guys like it? You could just make the music video completely unrelated. Well, then what's the point at that point? What's the point in doing a music video if there's no point? It would be funny. Sure, buddy. Sure. Alrighty. I'm just gonna get into it. So, I've been working on this one for a hot minute. I've been working on this one for a while. Pardon me. God, when was the first file for this? 1 second, I'm gonna look. Finished, Ruined Sound. Let's see. Oh, so I started this all the way back in March. Damn. Yeah, so I had this written for a while, and then it took me a while to really understand FL Studio. And it took me like so this is like the 4th version of this FL file, and we'll look at the others near the end, but we'll go through what we currently have, but just it's been going on since March and only recently got released. So I think it sounds damn good. It's one of my best songs yet. And maybe later on in the stream, I'll tease one of the next songs that's going to be releasing, hopefully soon. I think I'm going to do an animated music video for it again. I haven't. It's been a while since I've planned an animated music video. But I think I want to do that for the next one. So we'll see. All right. So we'll just start it.
Slow it down.
We'll raise the volume a little bit.
Let's ruin songs and fuck around. These taxi hands all make the rounds. Let's speed it up and ruin sound. I have good taste.
Alrighty, so, man, originally this sounded a lot worse. This intro just sounded super crushed, like way too compressed. It was just super unappealing, and it was like that for the longest time. I think that was like one of the last changes. But I guess we'll just break down instrument by instrument here. Pardon, sorry. Yeah, simple bass. With a pretty hard attack on it. Just loops through that. We got our strings, some violin. God, what are the... Is there any filter on that? On number 5. Oh, only a reverb. Yeah, not bad.
Down, let's ruin sound, let's ruin songs and fuck around.
Yeah. Yeah, not much to say about the intro. It's pretty basic. Just a vocal, a quieter vocal, a basic bass, some strings that end up harmonizing closer to the end of the intro. Nothing incredibly special. But and we'll break this down a bit. So to raise up to this, so this was something fun about Ruined Sound, was I really wanted to fuck with the percussion as much as possible. So the percussion is a huge focus in this song. Pardon me. So I apologize. But we have like desk slams, puffing. I like puffed into the microphone several times. I took some samples from over here in the library, over here at in their drum pack. And because some of these are audio, you could open them up here. You could change the pitch, you could change the length, etc. So I just messed with a bunch of the settings to give them all individually distinct sounds.
I have good.
But yeah, like right here, I think all on this track. Oh man, you can hear me. I wonder how many layers this is. It's a pillow. I was punching a pillow. I was tapping my desk. I was slamming my desk. Oh man. I want to hear the puffs. Yeah. And then a basic riser.
Good taste. Oh, that's what.
So we don't have much interesting going on with the vocals for the most part. If I see something interesting, I'll poke at it, but vocals are pretty basic this time around. There's a much heavier focus on the instrumental, more especially the percussion. And here's where it starts to get pretty interesting. But yeah. So I made a YouTube short going over a bit of this and showing and explaining what the hell some of this is. So for those of you who haven't seen it, what do you think this is? Take a guess. Wow, guess. Oh, yo, adding some regular percussion. Something out of a game distorting it? Maybe. So yeah, there's some 8-bit distortion going on. So yeah, that's Digibox number 7. If I turn off that digitizer, sounds a bit more like a normal EDM crash, doesn't it? What does this sound like? It's just me terribly beatboxing, and I just put a heavy destructor on it.
Taste. Oh,
And that
that's
sounds
what
sick.
I'm told. But nobody's the same.
Hell yeah. Oh, this shit. Oh my god, dude. I love the reverse percussion going into those weird hits. Yeah, so this is supposed to sound like that. Instead now it sounds like... I'm interested to hear what this sounds like if I have just the percussion going on. Ah, it's so funky sounding, dude. It's so funky sounding. Wait, what was that? What was that? Wait. Where are you?
If someone.
I completely forgot that was even there. Ooh, wow, ooh, wow. Is that me just going ooh, wow, ooh, wow? Okay, so that's also on 7 if I turn off the destructor. Oh, and the pitch is all the way down. Oh, wow, wow. It's me going, oh wow, wow. That's that's so. Completely forgot that I did that. Oh, that's funny. Wow. Okay. Now, is that even in the right place?
But if someone
Nope.
But if someone's in a meadow,
Sure,
he might
whatever.
not meddle with his saddle. But then it's time.
Oh man, that's the fun one. So in the short, I go over that this portion is just slightly is just me going rum rum rum, but I didn't actually have time to dissect it. I think it's. Is it this one? No. No, it's not that one. Where is that? Is it this one?
But if someone's in a
Okay, it's this one. Found it. I have learned how to better organize my percussion. My apologies. So what is this one? Yeah. Just me growling, bro. God, it sounds so lame like that. Oh, man.
But then as time goes on, your taste has gone and they might then as time goes on, your taste has gone and they might change.
Man, sorry, I love the percussion in this thing. Oh, yes, I did a bit more of the rum, rum. A little bit. So I think that's just me tapping the desk and then digitizing it. Okay, and then we have another layer. I assume that's the pillow.
Time goes.
There we go. Let's hear that.
Rum, 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 bum, bum.
Oh man, it's so silly.
Time goes on, your taste has gone, and they might change this song.
Oh my god.
This at all. But then as time goes on, your taste has gone, and they might change this song and get the message wrong. Can they just take?
Ooh. Oh man, dude. I don't know. This one's just. It's difficult to really comment on what's been done here, but it's essentially the same thing throughout the whole song. Is a bunch of
Get their own in.
very strange percussion. Strange but fun. Uh-oh. That's just gonna stay like that, whatever. Oh yeah, this sounds very anticlimactic without the vocals now.
Let's slow it down. Let's ruin sound. Let's ruin songs and fuck around.
Ah, and the whistles, I forgot.
Let's slow it down. Fuck around. These tacky.
Not much to say there. It's just me whistling. I had to split it a bit because I was off sync for the first portion.
These tacky trends all make the rounds. They'll speed it up and sound. Over time, some things evolve.
And we just have some of the same shit.
No longer humble, the rappers mumble until they fall. And don't talk about love, 'cause
Right, yeah. I mean, this one's not as complex as Crumbling Stars, but it did take a long time for me to get a really good feel of this one.
but then as time goes about guns and alcohol. But then as time goes on, your favorite art.
That's fun. That's fun. Let's see. So wait, I want to hear them individually. Yeah, so I pulled that same shit from Crumbling Stars, where you just get a little closer to the mic. Pardon me. We get another one. A little bit less on the flat. I think I like punched my chest when I was doing that, maybe. Ay, 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 ay. Banana. Sorry. Who pinged me? Oh, okay. It's not important.
But then as time goes on, your favorite art has gone. And yeah, they changed this song and got the message wrong. What are these songs?
We got some beautiful harmony going on here. Man, I think, oh man, what happened here?
Time goes on, your favorite art.
Yes, so it was this string. So this is what it had sounded like.
As time goes on, your favorite art has gone. And
It just
yeah,
sounds
they
very
changed-
different. And then I had added this. It felt like it was missing an instrument. So I had added this. What is this? It's screaming strings is what I called them. Take a look at what these are. If I solo that out. Oh, that's so weird sounding. Yeah, I think I had a point in here to really try to mix some strange sounds in the mix and try to make it sound good. I guess I did that. Where's the horns? Oh yeah, that was a very strange sound. So I really wanted to just try some unpleasant sounding stuff and try to make it sound good. And on its own, it does not sound good. But with everything else,
But then as
I mean, it kind of gets covered up, but I mean, it's still there.
But then as time goes on, your favorite art has gone. And
So then I had this issue where I didn't have this harmony. And while I was listening back to the track, seeing what I can improve, I noticed that these screaming strings were adding like their own harmony, or they were implying its own harmony to the vocals.
But then as time goes on, your favorite art has gone. And yeah, they changed this song and got the message wrong. What are these?
See if I can raise the volume of this, so you guys can really hear it. Yeah, we'll do that. Ah, it's gonna sound great.
As time goes on, your favorite art has gone. And yeah, they changed this song and got the message wrong. What are these songs?
So you'll notice that that's kind of what I used as the harmony for the first half of this.
As time goes on, your favorite art has gone. And yeah, they changed this song and got the message wrong. What are these songs?
Oh, man, I want to listen to that harmony all on its own, man.
As time goes on, your favorite art has gone. And yeah, they changed this song and got the message wrong. Why do these songs all sound the same? My generation is all gone insane. I create a song to protest the game, but then AI will steal my.
Oh boy, we're at the fun part, aren't we?
And yeah, they changed this song and got the message wrong. Why do these songs all sound the same? My generation is all gone insane. I create a song to protest the game, but then AI will steal my name. Let's slow it down.
The AI will steal my name line. This is one of my favorite parts in the whole song. I mean, listen to this.
AI will steal my name. Let's slow it. AI will steal my name.
It's good. Can you tell who's there? So I'll go ahead and play the vocals on their own.
AI will steal my name. Let's slow it.
It's funky. So I definitely wanted to experiment with some AI implementation. So what I did was I had recorded myself singing this line.
AI will steal my name.
And that one has no filters on it. That's just the pure vocal.
AI will steal my name.
Gives it just a little extra. It gives it a little extra, I don't know, something behind all these other vocals. It's a little quieter. It's got no filters. It's not too special. But that's pretty much the template for what I would give everything else. I had handed this audio file to my buddy Loonsar. And Loonsar was starting to experiment with that AI stuff. You know, this AI covers that have been releasing of like Minecraft Door, Jay Schlatt, that fucking blonde cat girl, whatever the fuck she's called. Yeah, I don't fucking know. Villagers. There's just a bunch of AI covers that started dropping. Mr. Krabs. There's a lot of funny ones. But, you know, it gets you questioning the direction that it might take the music art. Like what? Like, I mean, sure, the parody covers, like, those are fine. They're clearly just shitposts. But what would happen if someone actually used it to improve the quality of their song? Or what if they tried to use AI to make it sound like a certain artist had said something that maybe they shouldn't say? Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of implications that can come from it. So yeah, I mean, the first thing I had Loonsar do with the same program that people would use for all these AI covers, he had made a model of my voice on it.
AI will steal my name.
So, yeah.
AI will steal my name.
So that's myself being filtered over me. Super silly concept. And then we just wanted to keep going with it. So then we have Schlatt.
AI will steal my name.
And I have to give some level of credit to Stom, aka Analog. He helped out a little bit with the harmony here. I was struggling pretty hard with this line, but his harmony suggestion here really helped out. So he had suggested this.
AI will steal my name.
And then we have Minecraft Door.
Let's slow it.
So funny. And then to top it all off, one of the samples on this Discord server that this software was being held, this AI voice cloning software, one of the examples was Alan Becker himself. And I've spoken to Alan about it. I've showed him it, and we discussed it a little bit. However, I did not tell him that I would be using his AI voice for my own music. So, and I still don't think he knows. I doubt he knows. Unless he's like lurking in this stream, in which case, hey Alan, I hope it's okay. I used your voice technically for my own music. I'm I'm curious about the ethics of that. Is that okay? I want this to be a fun discussion piece with Alan. I'll bring this up with him sometime soon, hopefully in the next week or two. And I want his thoughts on it. I'm curious what he's gonna say. I mean, again, we talked about it for a little bit, but it was interesting. But man, this was so much fun to do. Just this second.
AI will steal my name.
And now that you know Minecraft Door is there, you're never going to be able to unhear it. I guarantee it. Sorry and shit.
I create a song to protest the game, but then AI will steal my name. Let's slow.
Could you imagine if Alan fires me because of this? There's no way, but like, that'd be kind of funny. Anyway.
The game, but then AI will steal my name. Let's slow it down. Let's ruin sound.
Oh boy.
Let's ruin songs and fuck around. These taggy trends
new. I think these were there before. Yeah, no, that's new. Oh man, very compressed. That's fun.
Let's ruin sound. Let's ruin songs and fuck around. These tacky trends all make the rounds. They'll speed it up and ruin sound. Is it jealousy?
Fucking hell, man. This ending piece here, right here, this climax.
They'll speed it up and ruin sound. Is it jealousy?
I love the fucking energy there. It's so intense. And then the instant drop off. Sorry, I love how I did this. So I think the main key for how I pulled off this very loud effect was this final chorus strings. So of course throughout the whole song you have the strings being played, and it's usually just like one. Occasionally there will be some overlap, some harmony, like up here. If I could solo it out and play it. So just a little bit, but no more than like two strings playing at the same time. Over here, we really want that energy to ramp up, so instantly we're just like, let's just give it all. Sorry, wait. So already on top of these strings, we have even more, another 2. So right here, that ends up being 4 at the same time. 3, 4, 4. Oh man, and then here is the piece. So in the strings we have it go to, oh, I guess it's still 4 on the strings, but then I had made some extra keys. Move this down here and we can see this. Listen to this. Oh man, and this is actually surprisingly easy to do if I remember. Check here. Oh, there was even more to this that just completely got cut. Wait, hang on. There's a whole bunch more to this just got completely cut. Didn't even notice that. Oh, that's right. It just sounded like it was too much. So this is supposed to be playing throughout the whole thing. I forgot about that. Still sounds good, but with everything else, it sounded like too much. I'll play it in a minute. But then to get that ending effect here. Let's see, let me pull this up over here. So here's this whole track. And it goes on a while, but down here you can see the volume of each individual note. And I wanted it to kind of fluctuate in the middle here originally. Again, most of that ended up getting cut off, but over near the end here, you can see it start to progressively get louder and louder until it's pretty much like I can't raise it any further than that. So this would control the volume. So if I had lowered all this shit over here, doesn't sound nearly as cool. Bring you back down here. You up a little bit, and then you mix. Booyah. Hell yeah. But if I were to play this whole thing with all that extra stuff, it was just a bit too much.
Let's ruin sound. Let's ruin songs and fuck around.
It didn't need it.
These tacky trends all make the round.
It just really didn't need it. I think when it was mastered especially, it just sounded like too much extra was there. Because, I mean, it already ends up getting to be pretty loud. Another reason that I might have done that, actually, was probably so that this ending would have sounded much more powerful. Ah, man. And then what's going on here? And then it'll rain. Oh, I love it. I love it.
ruin sound.
And even the growl bass. Oh, I went hard on the growl bass here. Hang on one sec. Gets much louder. Ooh. Oh, that's fun. That is so much fun. So good. So good, man. And then the outro sequence. Of course, we have a rain loop that's going on. I ripped that from a video game. In this percussion track. Not even percussion. It's just like a low keyboard. Add a bass guitar. Some strings. Keys. More keys. Rain. Pre-crash. Everything else. It's just so, it's so great. I even added that horn back. Oh, wow.
Yeah, but told if it what they want, but to hear what they want, then it drives me insane. Let's ruin the sound.
God, I love it when it feels intense and it just cuts off. It's so unconventionally sounding. I think even, oh yeah, screaming strings. Fuck yeah, dude. God damn. It's so sick, dude. Just sounds so good. How old is Atena? Guess. I want you to guess how old I am. Also, hello, Joseph. Welcome to the stream. Hello, A10. And Enzanova. The Soul. Hope you're all doing good, of course. Oh my god, dude. So, this music video, not music video, there wasn't a music video, but this song actually wasn't supposed to release for a while. I had wanted to release the Cancel Culture song first, but I want that music video to come out very particularly, so that one might actually take a while to film and edit, but the finished track for Cancel Culture is actually pretty much finished. I might change like a couple things here and there, but I'm pretty happy with where it sits right now. So, I mean, this one was supposed to go right after the Cancel Culture song, but recently with like trying to film in locations, turned out to discover some complications that I did not expect, so it will take a bit more time to actually record the music video. But I do want to, I want to like physically record a music video and just trying to have some fun recording. Maybe not take it too seriously. Maybe do take it too seriously. I don't know yet. Still kind of back in planning stages now. Yeah, I don't know. Did you guys have any questions? Any questions about the production for this song? I mean, I could go into lyrics. Ay, man, what did I even say? So let's slow it down. Let's ruin sound. Let's ruin songs and fuck around. I feel like most of it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, I don't feel like I need to explain any of the lyrics. You can just listen to it, come up with your own reasoning, or your own explanation as to what they mean. Like 20s or something? Yes, actually. I'm 22 years old. Some people assume that I'm in my late 20s or early 30s, and sometimes mid 30s. I don't get it. I don't see it. The meaning. Explain the meaning. Even if it's obvious, explain it. Well, there's no definitive meaning behind the song. It's much more of a discussion piece. It's discussing like I think most of what needs to be said is in the outro.
Jealousy, destiny, what will be my legacy? I'm helplessly questioning who and where I wanna be. I don't have role models, they all got canceled and bottled. And if I try to be different, will I be cool by tomorrow?
So it's a lot of self-questioning, like where would this music career take me? I guess we'll run through it real quick.
I have good taste, or that's what I'm told.
I mean, it's kind of an interesting thought. Does anyone really have good taste in music? You can have similar taste in music, but is anyone going to have, like, is there definitively good music? Because it's all subjective. It's all subjective taste. And that's the problem, is that each generation says that their generation of music is the best because that's what they're growing up with. That's what they're conditioned to know. It's what they're already pre-exposed to it. And at a certain age, their tastes kind of get cut off, and they think that, you know, their childhood and their teenage years and their early adulthood, that is the golden age of music. But then what happens when the next generation comes along? You know, I mean, the same thing happened with our parents. Like, rock and roll was huge back in my dad's period. He's also a big fan of jazz. I personally do not like jazz that much. I don't go out of my way to listen to it. I'm more of a lo-fi guy if I want that kind of energy. But as far as jazz goes, I have no interest into it. But that doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that our tastes are different. Same with rock and roll. I can get along with some rock and roll, but I don't seek it out. Like, if it's on, I'm not going to turn it off. Jazz might be a different story because it's slow most of the time. It can make you tired. But, and again, it's not bad. It's just not for me. That's not my taste in music. And if I were to take just another demographic in my current generation, even in my previous generation, country music, my sisters, my mom, I'm sure some other members of my family, my brother-in-law especially, really super into country music. I personally can't stand it. They all sound the same to me. Every country song sounds exactly the same. And I express some of these frustrations. Like, mumble rap and country music are similar to me because every single song that you can find about them is going to be pretty... You can expect the same shit to come out of it. And, you know, there's so many other songs out there about love. And, like, how many times you got to hear about love until you get it? Like, try something new. Speak about something new. I've never heard anyone talk about this. I've never heard anyone question whether their taste in music is good or not. Anyway. I just think it's a really good discussion. There's no single reason for this song to exist. It's to show to someone and then to talk about it. And I mean, it hasn't gotten the best views on my YouTube channel. However, all of the comments in there are telling me, like, hey, this is really making me question things. This one makes you think. It's a good song because it makes you think. A lot of songs don't get to do that. They're just kind of fun to listen to. You get to hear the perspective of someone's story, which isn't bad, but there's nothing new to provide most of the time. So, and this is one of the main reasons that I really like AJR's music, is because they try to do something new every time. They try and create something that you've never heard before. And sometimes it'll be Thirsty, which is a pretty shit song. I'm like, well, I don't even think they're going to deny that. But man, I love music that makes you think. And I just feel like most popular music, I wonder if radios are somewhat to blame. And I mean, how common are, okay, well, I personally feel like radios are, I don't have any evidence to back this up, but I think that radios might be experimenting a similar kind of, what do you say? It's like the same shit that's happening with malls. People don't go to malls anymore, especially post-pandemic. I feel like the same might be happening to the radio because of streaming services and a lot of cars. You know, usually you listen to the radio when you're in a car, and that's most of the time that was your only option unless you had like a CD on you. Nowadays, you have all the music you could ever want on your own personal playlist on your phone. And most modern cars have Bluetooth, if not every car has a USB that you can plug it into, and it will play music from that. So it's interesting. And I wonder, I'm curious how much impact radios have on current day music. You know, how much impact do they have on the music industry? Like, does streaming just completely topple them now? Like, I'm sure there's been a lot of impact, but I'm curious to see how much impact it has, how like what their usual ratings are. But anyway.
I have good taste, or that's what I'm told. But nobody's the same, my taste can change when we grow old.
Our taste can change when we grow old. I personally used to love dubstep. Now I can't stand it. It's like, I saw Noodle, the animator on YouTube. He made a video. I forget what it was about. I think it was, I don't remember what it was. But he had commented like, yeah, no, I like dubstep, but I knew it was pretty shit. It's like you later come to your senses that, this really isn't that good. It's the same. You could argue it's a similar concept to like children's music. Is that like Coco Melon? I'm sure for kids they'll fucking jam to that. Probably also because it's one of the only things that they're allowed to listen to at that kind of age. But eventually they'll grow out of it. They're not going to listen to a song and listen to it for the rest of their life. Though eventually, I've heard there is some cutoff point for most people, you know. At least in terms of genre. You can have an appreciation for several kinds of genres and maybe lose appreciation as you gain new appreciation for newer genres, or just find out that a genre that you may have disliked before has offered something that you were looking for. Maybe you were just overlooking. God, it's just such a, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Let's keep listening.
But nobody's the same, my taste can change when we grow old. When this song plays, it might reach your soul. But if someone's in the metal, you might not meddle with this at all.
I love that rhyme so much. It was one where I thought about it and I was like, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Yeah, but I mean, it's true. Like, I hate country music. There could absolutely be some country music that would really deeply resonate with me. But because I'm not into that genre, if there is a message that I would relate to, I'm never going to hear it, unfortunately. It's just the sad reality of having your own personal taste. I also know there's people who I've talked to so many people, and one of the discussion pieces that I like, because I like talking about music, is, what kind of music do you listen to? And all too often do I hear, I listen to everything. No, you fucking don't. You do not listen to everything. I doubt that. What is your favorite? Tell me what your favorite genre is. Like, what do you have on your playlist? Because, you can idly stand by and listen to music and be fine with it. I do that with most music anyway. Jazz, as I've mentioned before, I can listen to it. I'm just not going to go out of my way to find it. And similarly said to metal. I'm not into metal music, and if there's a metal song that shares a message that would really resonate with me, unfortunately, I'm never gonna hear that message. And even if someone recommends it to me, I'm more likely to avoid it just because of its genre, because it's not something that I like listening to. But also the rhyme is really nice. But if you're into metal, you might not meddle with this at all. It's perfect. It's perfect. Internal rhyming is fun. Oh man, and this bridge is, oh my god, it's probably the most fun bridge I've ever written. Listen.
But then as time goes on, your taste has gone, and they might change this song and get the message wrong.
Okay, so here comes a bit of a rant. Oh man, as time goes on, your taste is gone. We've already talked about that before. Your taste changes over time. You learn to appreciate new genres, and you learn to not like other genres that you may have previously liked. Dubstep, for example. Again, I used to love dubstep. Now I can't stand it.
But then as time goes on, your taste has gone, and they might change.
this, okay, they might change this song and get the message wrong. This could be discussing several different things. As to what it resonates with you the most, that's up to you. But for me, I have this very vivid experience when I was young and my sisters were still in high school. They're much older than I am. I was still in elementary school, I think, at the time. But they were driving me somewhere. I forget where. Could have been a restaurant, could have been to or from school. I don't know. Oh, pardon me. But the thing that really interested me here in this specific car ride is that, this is back when the radio was how you would listen to music on the go, unless you had a CD. But even then, like, radio was just more convenient than to have a physical object that you have to take care of, keep clean, put it in there, eject, so no data gets corrupted when it's turning on and on, yada, yada, yada. And I forget what song it was, but it was a popular song at the time, and I had heard it a million times before, and I even knew it. I didn't like it, but it's on the radio. I already knew of it. But this time the song was completely different. Well, maybe not completely different, but they had changed a lot of the lyrics to something else. Like I forget what it had said, and I don't know if it was censorship or maybe the artist had changed their mind on something and they wanted to update the song, and then they just changed the song. And that's all that they would play on the radio, is that updated version of the song. So all of a sudden, their previous messages is just gone, whatever it might have been. I think that's super fucking weird. I don't personally like the idea of having multiple versions of a song. And I know this is a little hypocritical coming from me, because I have just recently re-released the I'm Not an Imposter song, but all I did was re-record it now that I have more knowledge about mixing, composition, producing, mastering, and vocals, most importantly, because the one thing that I hated about the I'm Not an Imposter song when it initially released were the vocals. I hated it. Some of the lines and the delivery were off sync. It just wasn't very professional. The harmony was lazy. I don't even know if there was any actual harmony in the original. There definitely is now. So the reason that I went back and re-recorded it is because it sounded like shit in my eyes. And if things are now getting uploaded to Spotify, pardon me, I just wanted it to be something I was much more proud of. When it had initially released, don't get me wrong, I was super proud of it. After 2 years, I hate the original. I hate how the original one sounds. I love how the new version sounds. So I personally would recommend listening to the new version, but both of them are still up, because I'm sure some people are going to prefer the original to the new, and that's totally fine. What's not fine is if you completely change the message of your song or someone else's song. And then, as you mentioned in chat, a cappella hymns, they sometimes skip important verses for the sake of time, thus sometimes completely ruining the message that the artist may be trying to convey. Now, not every song is going to have this deep, impactful message, but some music, even if it is very basically written, it can still really resonate with someone depending on what's written, how it's written, yada yada. And if you start to change that, you change the meaning entirely. Whether you remove stuff or you change stuff, you ad-lib in a re-recording, it gets weird. And like, oh my god, I for the love of God, I don't understand Nightcore. Does anyone actually listen to Nightcore? Genuinely. Because I hate Nightcore. I fucking hate Nightcore so much, dude. They just take someone's music, pitch it up, speed it up, and that's it. That's it. Nightcore. I don't understand it. And I've never met anyone that does understand it. But clearly there's an audience for it because there's so much of it out there. Yeah, it's just pitched up and sped up. And that's it. So, an interesting case of this is the Dumb song. I forget by who. Let me look it up. I'm pretty sure it's copyrighted, so I won't be able to play it, unfortunately. Dumb song. It is the it's called Dum Dum by Maisie. Dum Dum by Maisie. You know, on TikTok it got really popular. It was one that goes like dum 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 dum. Dum 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 la 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 dum 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 everyone is dumb. And you know, it's admittedly a bit of a vibe. And you know, I was watching some TikTok one day. I don't often, but I did. And I had come across a song. I'm like, you know what? This I kind of fuck with this. I want to. Is there like a full version of the song, or is that it? And so I look it up. I search it on YouTube. I'm like, okay, what's the dumb song? And then you know the thumbnail looks pretty fitting for the energy of the music. So it's like, oh, that's got to be it. I play it, and all of a sudden it sounds much slower. It's like dum 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 la 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 dum 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 everyone is dumb. Well, it's not that deep. That's just my voice, but you get the idea. That's the original version of the song. And I thought that the actual speed was dum 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 la 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 when it was like half that. Why? Why? It's so weird to me. And I mean I still listen to the Dum Dum song. But now I prefer to listen to it in the way that the artist initially intended. Not sped up, not higher pitch. And I watched the music video. It's a fun music video too. They did a great job of the song. It's really catchy. They did wonderfully. But I don't understand why this sped up version got more popular. So like they'll speed it up and ruin sound, as I mentioned in the chorus of the song. It's such an interesting case study to me.
They might change this song and get.
Anyway.
Can they just take what's been made, make it their own in their way? They raise up the pitch and they fuck up the game, and they call it improvement. Oh, what a shame. That's.
Ah, man. There's so much in this bridge. It's just like a rush of thoughts until you get to the chorus. I mean, yeah, I mean, that just comes back to people changing music to whatever they want their version of that song to be. Whether they're removing verses or recreating them, are like, where do parodies fit in this scale? What would make a good parody? Weird Al Yankovic, are his parodies okay? I mean, it brings a lot of stuff into question. Are parodies good? If people start to prefer the parody over the original song, is that okay? Should that be okay? I think it's okay. I think it's okay for a parody to be better than the original song because, as I had mentioned in the beginning of this lyric analysis portion of the stream, it depends on the person. It depends on taste. There is no definitive good taste in music. So I think you can prefer. Like, I prefer a lot of Minecraft parodies from their actual real song counterpart. And you know, maybe that's just the era that I grew up with, being addicted to the internet. But it's interesting. It's interesting to me.
Let's slow it down. Let's ruin sound. Let's ruin songs and fuck around. These tacky trends all make the rounds. They'll speed it up and ruin sound. Over time, some things evolve. We're no longer humble, the rappers mumble until they fall.
Ah, man, mumble rap is such an interesting case, isn't it? I remember, so I am an avid fan of rap. I don't usually seek it out. And for a while I preferred nerdcore, and you know, more recently I've begun to appreciate more traditional rap. Mumble rap, however, is just ridiculous to me. Every single mumble rap song, to me, sounds exactly the same. And I don't think anyone can actually argue with that. I don't think that comes down to personal taste or personal bias. I think definitively all mumble rap, or at least most mumble rap, sounds exactly the same. Not only are they usually paced with the same kind of trap music in BPM, but they also usually share the same exact themes, the same messages. To me, there is no reason for mumble rap to be nearly as popular as it became. And I feel like, from my perspective now, mumble rap is not as popular as it used to be. Thankfully, I hope that's actually the case. I don't have proof for that, but I hope that it's not as popular because I personally have a strong distaste for mumble rap. Because how many times can you hear I give a dick in my pants. I have money in stance. I don't know, bro. They all sound the same. I never understood why it became so popular. I was in high school when this was beginning to get popular. And I remember hearing it and I was like, oh, this is funny. I'm sure this is going to last for like a week or two. People are going to make fun of it and it'll be over. And then it just kept getting more popular. I took the bus to and from some school. And, you know, there would always be that one group of kids in the bus that would blast their fucking music. And unfortunately, it got to a point where they were just blasting a mumble rap. And I couldn't fucking take it. It was insane to me. Like, what are they getting from this? And of course, it would be from the group of teenagers that you would expect, the kind that's like, they wear all those shaggy pants and they have all that bling on them and they think they're so cool. And when they get out of high school, they work at McDonald's. It's so sick and rich. I don't know. Mumble rap has always confused me. I mean, if you like it, I guess you like it. I don't get it. That's one that I don't think I will ever understand. You know?
Over time, some things evolve. We're no longer humble, the rappers mumble until they fall.
And that's another thing. Name me a single mumble rapper that doesn't already have a bunch of shit on their back that could get them canceled. Because every big one that I hear about either goes to jail or gets canceled. And I mean, cancel culture is a whole nother thing to talk about, but man, I don't get it.
And don't talk about love, 'cause I've heard it all.
How many love songs do you think you've heard in your life? Genuinely. Can you put a number on it? Can you put a number on the number of love songs that you've heard? Because I can't. I can't put a single number on that. Because I feel like that's one of the most oversaturated subjects that people tend to write about. And I eventually want to write some kind of love song to my girlfriend. I do love her and I want to make her a song. It's difficult though because I always want to push myself to make something that's worth listening to. Something that people will listen to and think, oh, that makes you think. You know, I'm not necessarily interested in making a comedic song. Like cancel culture is like 50% comedic and 50% discussion. So I think that would be like my only exception in it. But I like to make discussion pieces. And what discussion is there to have when you're just ranting about your loved one leaving you, or you found a loved one and it gets you so turned on? I don't know. It's another thing that I don't understand. Some of them can just be really catchy and I'll listen to it just because it sounds nice, but they don't hold anything lyrically. Because if I wrote a generic love song, I'm going to be spewing the same bullshit that every other popular top 10 hits musician has ever made. It's one of the most oversaturated topics. And maybe this could just be that I'm autistic and I don't understand the concept of love as traditionally as everyone else might feel. A lot of love songs are for relatability. There are a chosen few that are heartfelt and actually worthwhile. I feel like there's just so many out there that you could just find a bunch that relate to you. Because all the love songs that I hear, they talk about the same exact things. And maybe one or two of them resonates with you more. Maybe it's just that I'm autistic and I don't understand that concept in a way that most others would. Doesn't mean that I don't understand love. I'm not a fucking robot. Just how I perceive love might be very different. So, let's slow it down. But I for one, I'm sick of hearing love songs. We have enough. Do something new. Why not try to make something new? Why write about the same thing everyone else has written about? I don't know. Usually it's really easy to consume universal topic, but that's the issue to me. I don't understand the point in making something if it's been done to death. Sure, there can be a topic that you want to put your own spin on. That's completely fine. Songs about cancel culture have been made before. I'm not the first to do it. I've yet to even release mine, but I already know that I bring up a lot of my own points that I feel very passionate about that no one else has in their songs about cancel culture. So and it's also slightly comedic. There is extra enjoyment to be found out of it. So I believe that my cancel culture song would be worthwhile to listen to. Though it may not be for everybody, and that's okay. But if I were to write a love song, I'm going to have to figure out how to make it so different, stand out, yet still have it be relatable and have people enjoy. You know? Anywho, that's my little rant on love songs.
And don't talk about love, cause I've heard it all. In each country, blood just sings about guns and alcohol.
And love. They also sing about love a lot too. And how horny they get. Yeah.
Cause I've heard it. But then as time goes on, your favorite art has gone in.
So the bridge, if you pay attention, okay, I want y'all to pay attention to the bridges here. I'm going to go back to bridge 1. I want you to listen to it. And then we're going to play the second bridge immediately after.
But then as time goes on, your taste has gone, and they might change this song and get the message wrong. Can they just take what's been made, make it their own in their way? They raise up the pitch and they fuck up the game, and they call it improvement. Oh, what a shame. Let's slow it down.
Now bridge 2.
Time goes on, your favorite art has gone, and yeah, they changed this song and got the message wrong.
I wanted to write this bridge a little differently to make it seem like time has passed between the first bridge and the second bridge, to show that like this, it's still an ongoing thing. Like it follows you throughout life, and shit happens. People fuck up songs. Something that you might have originally enjoyed a lot might be completely different now, unfortunately. In the second part,
Why do these songs all sound the same? My generation is all gone insane. I create a song to protest the game, but then AI will steal my name.
so here's a couple discussion topics here. Man, the bridges are fucking packed with discussion. I love it. Why do these songs all sound the same? My generation has all gone insane. This to me is me having an internal discussion with myself. Pardon me. Having an internal discussion with myself, thinking, am I the one who's going insane? Like, am I just not seeing what everyone else is seeing? Am I becoming that generation who thinks their generation of music is the best generation? And then the next generation will think the same thing about mine? Because I don't think that my parents' music is the best. But I know that the next generation is going to think that theirs is the best. So that's really what this section is called.
Songs all sound the same. My generation is all gone insane.
I'd create a song to protest the game, but then AI will steal my name. I love that lyric. I love that lyric because it's topical. Man, I've been avoiding the AI discussion for a while, and I'm an artist, so I should be paying attention to it. I pay attention to it. I just don't like to talk about it because I don't fully know where my opinion stands on AI generated art in its entirety. it can have its uses, and I'm sure that there will be more laws built around it to prevent it from getting out of hand. So I don't think that it's entirely justified of people freaking out about it like they are. Of course, it's because of people freaking out that they influence the change, influence laws, like with the whole writers' strike. The writers got their victory, and it was entirely against the use of AI in the professional writing industry. So I feel like it's only a matter of time until the same happens with art and music. So but it begs me to ask the question, why are we so threatened by it? Is it because we know that the AI can do better than we ever can? And off of that, is that truly a bad thing? Is it? I don't know. Will we get to a point where we won't be able to tell if something was made completely with AI? At the moment, no. It's going to be painfully obvious to tell. Like Sniper Wolf's apology to Jax Films, that was clearly made with ChatGPT, and people could see it from a mile away. But at some point, is AI, or could AI get so good that it can surpass anything that a human can create? Could it replace me? I don't know. We're in a very interesting time period in terms of art. I think it's an important discussion, but I just don't know where I lie on it. Because, I mean, yeah, obviously I want to keep making stuff. But if AI does get good enough to the point that we can't even tell an AI made it, would that threaten my position as a creator? Because I wouldn't be as efficient as they are. Would people get suspicious that the AI is too efficient and assume it's AI? And then the AI has to artificially slow down. Would it become fair competition? Could it? I don't know. There's so many questions revolving around it. But I can't tell you what one thing this song is about. It's a discussion piece for music in general. And this one line has so much to imply.
I create a song to protest the game, but then AI will steal my name.
I mean, I use AI to kind of prove the point here. How many of you even noticed that AI was a part of this song? Of course, it had human art in touch, but there was still AI. I'm making it sound like Jay Schlatt is singing in my song. I'm making it sound like Alan Becker is singing in my song. Although, admittedly, his voice is not that convincing.
AI will steal my name.
So, it's interesting. I think we'll get answers to it soon. I'm sure that we'll keep seeing similar. I don't know if we'll see more strikes, but we'll definitely see similar actions taken as the writer's strike recently, with other forms and mediums of art. But I'm interested to see where all of that goes. Nothing new happened in that chorus.
Is it jealousy, destiny? What will be my legacy? I'm helplessly questioning who and where I wanna be. I don't have role models, they all got canceled and bottled. And if I try to be different, will I be cool by tomorrow? Or should I?
Man, this one's just kind of like me ranting on about like my place. What's my place in all of this? You know, the music industry it's so large that to fit yourself in it is almost impossible at this point. To get any traction off of your own music is nearly impossible unless you strike some incredible luck. And I mean, that's always been the case, but now the competition is higher than ever, with a whole bunch of independent music being created and spread thanks to the internet. I think that's a good thing. I think variety is great to have and it allows people to really push and try and make themselves stand out. But it does make it difficult to stand out. But then you ask yourself, like, should I be doing what everyone else does, or should I try and be unique? What's going to make this worthwhile? Should I worry about what's worthwhile?
Is it jealousy, destiny? What will be my legacy? I'm helplessly questioning who and where I wanna be. I don't.
For me, I see it as like my career path can go down music, animation, or both. I would love for it to go down both because I'm incredibly passionate about both of them. Though Matt Pat made this video, or he talked about it somewhere, whether it be a live stream, a video, a collaboration. I'm not sure, but I remember Matt Pat from Game Theory mentioning that when he was making his decision between science and theater, he realized that those two were very different paths to take, and at that moment he could only really take and pursue one path. And while he really loved theater, he ultimately went with science. And I mean, now I guess you could argue that he's kind of doing theater. I mean, YouTube isn't really close to theater, but he is pursuing some form of widespread entertainment. But it's interesting that like you might have to sever yourself completely off of one passion. So I questioned myself, like, I'm having a lot of fun with music right now. Is this going to take over animation? Or am I going to lose interest in music eventually and then continue pursuing animation like I have been for the past 12 years? I don't know. We'll see. What will be my legacy?
Who and where I wanna be. I don't have role models. They all got canceled and bottled. And if I try to be different, will I be cool by tomorrow? Or should I live in today? Maybe I should change my ways and change my style to fit what they want. But to hear what they want, man, it drives me insane. Let's ruin the sound.
That last bit is really self-explanatory. I don't think I need to go into it. So yeah, that's Ruined Sound. I'm very happy with how this song turned out. It sounds great in my opinion. It's very different, and it's a huge discussion piece. And I would love to see people continue to talk about this. And while I explained exactly what I meant with each of these lyrics, I don't want this to be the definitive explanation for what these lyrics mean. If you can draw a relation from my lyrics to something more personal to you or something completely different, that's okay. That's encouraged. I love seeing what other people think that certain lyrics mean, different interpretations. This song is written to be just vague enough that you can loosely connect it to whatever is most relevant to you. So yeah, I'm interested to see what everyone else thinks these lyrics mean, because while yes, I wrote these with intentional personal feelings, I wrote them in a way that that they could mean something completely different depending on who listens to it. So in this case, the lyrics mean whatever you want them to mean, genuinely. So I hope you all really genuinely enjoy this music. I hope you all like my music in general. I've been having a lot of fun making these songs. This is definitely the most complex track that I've made. Crumbling Stars was much more personal to me, but was still written vague enough that people could understand the feeling and emotion. This song is it's a whole different package. I mean, the Imposter Syndrome was about my experience with Imposter Syndrome. Nostalgia C is a journey of looking back on my old content and reflecting on it and realizing that, yeah, it's cringe, but it's not bad. It's good that it's there. The Christmas Present song, it's a Christmas song for my mom that I hate. The Cancel Culture song, it's about cancel culture. Very easy. Crumbling Stars, it's about Flip No Hatena. This song, I can't tell you what it's about because I don't really know. It's about so many things. But I think that's where discussion of this will end. Unless you all have any questions about this, I can get into either I think I'll show you a little bit of my next track. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. There's still more that we have to look at for Ruined Sound. I'm an idiot. Ignore me. Music, official songs. But I will get into the new song at the end of the stream. I could probably promise. I was working on it earlier today, and I'm super fucking happy with it. I'll give you guys the first peek at it. Technically, this will be the second, but I'm going to call this the first peek at it. Finished, Ruined Sound. So here we have the folder for Ruined Sound. Let's see. So AI voices. I'm pretty sure this is just all the raw files for all that stuff. Alan Becker, Minecraft, or Hatsana, Schlatt, Shulker. Oh, I didn't use Shulker.
AI will steal my name.
Yeah, for a good reason. Villager.
AI will steal my name.
I mean, I just didn't need every single sample that he gave to me, but there's 2 extra AI voices that weren't in there originally. Crumbling Stars, I was in like 2 communities with the same fate as Flipnote. Yeah, I mean, it's a surprise. I'm surprised with how many people related to Crumbling Stars, but I am happy that they did. Music video. There was going to be a music video, but I decided against it. I just don't think I can. Oh man. Yes, this went through 9 versions. But let's take a look at some of these. So we're gonna open up this Ruined Sound. God. So yeah, Fuck, that's just terrible. God, man, it's so bad. It's so hilariously bad. It's laughably bad. But this was March. I knew significantly less in March. I don't know what the fuck this is, but it is not my song. Yeah, I was still trying to figure out how FL Studio worked, and this is around the time when I wrote it, and I was getting really passionate about it initially. But I ultimately didn't really know where to go from here, and I wasn't confident in my composing abilities at the moment. We'll skip to number 2. No. Oh yeah, so this one must have had lyrics, but ever since I had the hack, I had to factory reset my PC just to be safe, and then I lost all of the recorded files. So this one is going to be missing some stuff, but we at least still have the instruments. A little better, but not that much better. It's just not that much better. God, it's so bad. Oh, man. So yeah, definitely still trying to learn Blender. And then number 3. This was made just about 3 months ago. Or it was at least last modified 3 months ago. And here's the turning point. So we do have vocals here. This is post-hack.
Let's slow it down. It's room.
Yeah, so these vocals are nowhere near the finished vocals. I usually do a demo vocal so I can at least get started on the instrumental. And then once the instrumental is close to, the structure of the instrumental is close to complete, then I go back and I officially record everything. And then with the finished vocals, I can go back in and I can adjust instruments and I can add things. And so that's the general process. So this is the stage of, I've recorded the test vocals for the demo. And I have some basic instruments here, and you'll see, and I'll play it without this, but you'll see why this one didn't get too far. But it sounds better.
Let's slow it down. It's ruined sound.
Still very basic though.
Ruined songs and fuck around. These tacky trends all make the rounds. They'll speed it up and ruin
So already
sound.
sounds much more like
I
what you know
have
now.
good taste. Well, that's what
Much
I'm
more
told.
similar.
But nobody's the same. My taste can change when we grow old. When this song plays, it might reach your soul. But if someone's in the metal, you might not meddle with this at all. But then as time goes on, your taste has gone, and they might change. Call it improvement, oh what a shame. Let's slow it down, let's ruin sound.
I don't know if any of the lyrics changed.
Over time, some things don't talk about it. Country bud just sings. Then as time goes on, your favorite
Yeah, I don't think any lyrics changed really. I wrote it and then I sang it, but here is where things started to change.
I have good taste. Well, that's what I'm told.
So that's all that I did, and then I realized, oh, wait a minute. I'm going at this the wrong way. I need to completely restart. And so then started version 4. And with that idea of funky percussion leading the confusion of the track, I was able to structure it around that. So you'll notice that the chorus strings and the chorus bass sound very similar to version 3. Just a little bit higher pitched. There's a higher key. And the percussion, especially, very unique.
I have good taste, or that's what I'm told. But
So yeah, and then we got the official version. Yippity-doo-dah. We can look at versions. V4, render 1.
let's slow it down.
Ah, the new
Let's
demo
ruin
vocals.
sound. Let's ruin songs and fuck around. These tacky trends all make the rounds. They'll speed it up and ruin sound. I have good taste. Oh, that's what I'm told.
So yeah, in this it's just the bass, the violin, and my vocals. And that's just so that I can get the layout of the general vocals and how the lyrics should go. And at this point I already have a fair structure of what the instrumental should sound like when certain instruments come in. And then from this point, let's see what version 2 sounded like.
Let's slow it down.
Oh.
Let's ruin sound.
Vocals much more present.
Let's ruin songs and fuck around. These tacky trends, I'm told.
Well,
I have good taste. Well, that's what I'm told. Around. As time goes on, your face and ruin sound. And ruin sound. Is it jealousy? Destiny?
so different.
What will be my legacy? I'm able to fit what they want, but to hear what they want, man, it drives me insane. Let's ruin sound.
So the energy is there. Like you get the idea, but it just doesn't sound that good yet. We'll jump to version 4.
Let's slow it down.
Yeah, this is what it sounded like originally. It's terrible.
These tacky trends all make the rounds. They'll speed it up and ruin sound. I have good taste.
Ugh.
But that's what I'm told. But nobody's the same. My taste can change when we grow old. When this song plays, it might reach your soul. But if someone's in a metal, you might not meddle with it. What's been made me lungs and fuck around.
Wait.
What's been made me get their
What's with
own
the
in
lower
their
pitched
way. They
voice?
raise up the pitch and they fuck up the game, and they call it improvement. Oh, what a shame.
Interesting. Mr. Lawal, congratulations on the victory. And congratulations on your PS5. Happy for you, man. Number 6, Fire. Okay. So this is kind of funny. this is when I was introduced to this thing called BandLabs Mastering, where it will automatically master a track for you, and it's surprisingly good. Let's hear this first.
Let's slow it down. Let's ruin
So, intro's still not quite there. It's getting there. It's finding its footing.
But nobody's the same. My taste
Vocals
can
sound
change
so
when we
much
grow
better.
old.
I think at this point I
When
have recorded the
song
finished
plays,
vocals.
It might reach your soul. But if someone's in a metal, you might not meddle with this at all. But then as time goes on, your taste has gone and vain. And don't all sound the same, my generation.
There it is. There's the energy.
What will be my legacy?
And no rain. There's no rain at this point.
Helplessly questioning who and where I wanna be. I don't
So yeah, it's very interesting. This website gives you 4 options, and one of the options does this.
let's slow it down. Let's ruin songs. These happy trends all make the rounds. They'll speed it up. I have good taste.
And it's clear. Oh my god, it's so funny though. I love it so
All
much.
gone insane. I create a song to protest the game, but then AI will steal my name. Let's slow it down. Let's ruin sound.
It just gets completely ruined.
These tacky trends all make the rounds. They'll speed it up and ruin sound. It's jealousy.
It's so funny though. I mean, it sounds terrible, but man, it's funny. But anyway, from pretty much render 6 to render 9, it was just adding and changing things, various things, until I couldn't find anything else that I wanted changed. And at this point, I had At this point, I have created a server called Beats by Us, and it's just a server of me, my friends, and some of their friends, of those of us who are passionate about music and want to produce music, pursue music in some way, whether it be professionally or we're just hobbyists. And we can just share our music. We can help out with each other's music, give feedback, give critique, or just compliment each other. Pardon me. And that definitely helped in this song. There's a lot of really good feedback from everybody. So, yippee. Yeah, I think that's really it. That's really it for Ruined Sound. I suppose now I can go into what the next song might be. Bum, 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 bum. I suppose, as you can see here, the title of this song is Something to Look Forward to. And some of you, if you follow my Twitter, you might recognize this. You might recognize this. I guess a little bit of backstory. I mean, I was a little bored at work, and I was letting my dog out. And then while I was waiting for him to do his business, I can let him back inside, I just kind of got this tune stuck in my head, and I started just singing it, and I was like, oh, fuck, wait, that's actually really catchy. Wait a minute, let me record this. And then I started writing like a few lyrics down for it. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty much at my lunch break. I'll clock out. I'll see where this takes me, and we'll go from there. And so I made it, and it ended up being probably one of my favorite tracks I've ever created. But then I had nothing to do. I had no idea what it was about. I had written the chorus, and then I had nothing. I was like, okay, great, this sounds wonderful. I got nothing. And then it just kind of sat for a while. And then suddenly I'm like, oh wait, this message fits. This message fits really well. And then I started writing, and I was like, oh damn, this is actually getting really catchy. I did struggle finding out what the rest of this would sound like, and unfortunately I don't have other versions that show what it would have sounded like. This was all pretty much first try, and I'm really happy with it, so I'm not even going to change it. So very rarely do I have a case where I only have one version of the FL file. But you know, this and Crumbling Stars, those are two of them. The rest of them, there were multiple versions of each song before I really found a footing for what it was supposed to sound like. But yeah, this one was just all in one go. I'm going to skip to the verse, and I don't know, enjoy. I'll play the verse, bridge, and the first chorus, and you won't get anything else. And I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know.
You and I,
That one's supposed to happen.
you and I, we
There we
go
go.
back sometime. Dum, dum, dum. I think about your words from time to time. Dum, dum, dum. We were brothers in a previous life, but then sometimes people drift apart.
Sorry about that.
We'd
That was
stay
supposed to
up
happen.
all night. Dum, dum, dum. Jotting up comics of our wonderful life. Oh, dum, dum. Then along the way, when we left that all behind, oh, won't we both behold the odds? Somebody tell me you believe me, 'cause I get lonely. 'Cause maybe I'm a little bit sad, maybe go a little bit mad. Sometimes I'm feeling bad, and I don't know what to do. When I'm thinking I'm screwed, I remember you.
That's all you get. That's all you get. But I'm cooking. I'm cooking with this one. But at this point, it is pretty much finished. And I am at a stage where I'm just kind of listening to it over and over, seeing what I want changed, getting feedback from the Discord server I created. And then eventually, pretty soon here, I'll be starting the music video for it. And hopefully within the next couple months, this one will be released as well for you all to enjoy. Yeah, if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask them. I think that's going to be pretty much it for showing you stuff. Buppity-ba, buppity-boo. If you would like to listen to Ruined Sound that was featured on today's stream, you can find it everywhere. It's available anywhere. Spotify, not SoundCloud. Okay, SoundCloud's the only place that it's not available. That might change, but probably not because no one uses SoundCloud. Let's be real. YouTube Music. It's on Instagram and Snapchat somehow. I don't understand how that works. It's on TikTok, so if you want to make a sound of it, it's there, I guess. But anywhere you can play music, iHeartRadio if you use that. I don't know anyone who uses that. Apple Music. It's everywhere. So yeah, if you would like to listen to Ruined Sound, it's available. As well as every other song that I have released currently. From the I'm Not an Imposter song to Ruined Sound, all of it is available everywhere to listen to. Yeah. Yippee. I think about your words from time to time. We were brothers in a previous life, but then sometimes people drift apart. Let's see. This is one of the songs you were first working on in the stage thing. Yes, it is. So, for those of you who are on the Synced Discord, I occasionally will start doing music production stages. I have learned that the YouTube channel, unfortunately, is not a good place to do music production live streams, as most people view my channel, as much as I like it or not, Whenever I live stream, they view it as background noise, and that's totally fine. It's totally fine. I get it. And I mean, I'll still be doing these breakdown streams whenever I release a big project, music or animation or collab or whatever. I want to keep doing breakdown streams because they're really fun. Pardon me, 1 second. Skeeter. Yeah, these the music streams do not usually go well. Last time I did a music stream, I ended up, by the end of it, having 0 people watching, which is not the best. And as much as I want to say I don't really care about what people think of my content, at some point 0 kind of hurts. So, yeah. So I won't be doing any more live streams of music production. I'll still, of course, do these breakdowns, as I've mentioned prior. But on Discord, on the Synced Discord specifically, I'm going to start doing music production stages. And stages is essentially Discord's version of a live stream. So if you're on the Discord server, you are able to join those streams. I don't even know. Is the Sync Discord link in the description? I think it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. You can find it. You can find it, I promise. There we go. Both online, we'd stay up all night. Let's see. It was the stage live stream. Who is this song? Who is this song for? If anybody, this song. Fuck, I already forgot the name of it. Something to look forward to. That's the name of the song. I know it rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? This song is about somebody. That's all you get. I'm not going to tell you who. I might one day. Probably not anytime soon. It is a very personal song, but I did want to make the song public for people. But I won't tell you who it's about and what specifically it's about. But it is based on a person. Alrighty. When I listened to the song, it sounded like it was for someone. I see. Well, we will find out when we find out. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to tell the person who it's about, what it's about. I might not. I might just leave it for them to figure out. Yippity-doo-dah, and so on. Alrighty. Any other questions for the stream? Whether it be about music or an animation or anything. Let us see the dog. Let us view Skeeter. Hi, Skeeter. There he is. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hi. Hey. Yeah? He wants to go. He wants to leave the room. Is that okay with you guys? Or would you be fine with letting Skeeter leave? Skeeter? Hi. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hey. Will you let him leave? He doesn't want to be in this room anymore. That's why he's staring at me. Could I say one line from the song that was not said in the stream? Sure, if you can remember it. After you end the stream, can you pet the dog? Oh, yeah, for sure. Yes, yes. Okay, Skeeter. You're allowed to leave. Alright. No more dog. Sorry. How did you even leave your room? The door. Yeah. Those exist. Somebody tell me you believe me, 'cause I get lonely. Oh boy. All right, well, in that case, I think we've reached the end of the stream. I don't have anything else to add. Seems you guys don't have any questions for me, so thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Please go stream Ruin Sound anywhere and everywhere. Pull it up on several different devices and play them all at the same time on different services. I don't even care. You do you. Do what you want. Choose who you want. Yeah, all right. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it. Yay. Let's slow it down. Let's ruin sound. Let's ruin songs and fuck around. These tacky trends all make the rounds. Oh, wait, there was actually a lyric that was changed. It used to be rise up and down, but that didn't make sense. I changed it to all make the rounds.